Morning guys, welcome to another video of mine, and today we're going to use a soap in the shave of the day that really doesn't need any introduction. I have used this soap for quite some time now, and Sharon's reputation precedes her. The soaps are brilliant, and the name may have given it away as to what soap we're using today, but just in case it hasn't, we are using Nanny's Silly Soaps from the Signature range. Sharon does quite a few scents in this range, but this particular one, as you may be able to see on the side there, is Moroccan Sands. And like I said, I've been using it for quite some time. Brilliant soap, wonderful scent, and the scent is, how can I say it, incredible. Just about touches the surface of what I think of the scent of this soap. It's evocative, it makes you feel things that soap probably shouldn't make you feel. Deep inside it kind of touches down to your inner core. But yeah, we'll go on to that in a minute. Now, Moroccan Sands is a very Eastern sort of scented soap. It's very fragrant and it's just out of this world. I mean, in the tin, I can't even begin to describe what's in there, but if you imagine you're walking around sort of an Arabic souk somewhere in Egypt, Morocco probably would be a better fit there. Just imagine the kind of the aromas that be floating around from like frankincense, the myrrh, the spices, everything going on there. It's right here in this little red tin. It's just wonderful. I mean, if you can imagine any kind of sort of religious ritual, sort of the rich sort of sense that would sort of be emitted from all the incense that's burning, it's just right there. It's perfect anyway. So I have, and Sharon, I've probably said this before to other people as well as yourself on various sort of forums, I sit there huffing from the tin on a regular basis. It's that good. Wonderful. Anyway, before I get too engrossed in the scent and start sort of gibbering like a wreck, we'll get on to the rest of what we're going to use today. So, apart from the soap, we are going to use the trusty shaving room bowl from Bidford Pottery. We're going to use the Razor Rock Bazooka with what is now going to be an 11-day-old Astra Superior Platinum blade. It's already had 10 days and 30 passes plus a bit of touch up on there. This will be day 11 and passes 31, 32 and 33. You may or may not know, I love this blade, indeed all Astra Superior Platinums in this razor. I have had one that's gone 30 days and 90 passes plus clean up, and it felt good on sort of day 30 as it did on day 2. It's a bit of a miracle blade for me, and so I'm going to give this another one, or this blade another go, and see if we can sort of push it as far and still get as comfortable shaves later on in the life of it. And finally, as always, squeeze it out there, Cadman 26mm silver tip brush. Perfect brush. So, with building a lather on this soap, I literally just take the dampened brush into the pot and start loading the tips quite sort of gently. So as I've said to you before, I don't like to damage the badger tips because they're wonderful brushes, and I'd rather not damage them if possible. So it's a vegetable soap, as the vast majority of Sharon's soaps are, but if you've seen my earlier video on the new tallow range that Sharon is developing, I'll put a link to that in the description. But yes, this is an all vegetable soap, and it lathers nice and easy, as you can see. So I've just taken a damp brush and just start swirling in the pot. And I like to load Moroccan Sands quite heavily into the brush to get the best from it. That way you get oodles of scent, you get oodles of the wonderful rich protective qualities from the soap. And one of the key ingredients for me in this is the massive amount of shea butter that is included in the recipe. Now, as you can see, starting to spill out of the pot. Tiny little niggle on the pot front, but it's not exactly the end of the world. We can scoop the lather off the edge and see, look, it's just creeping out there. We're getting plenty in here. I'm just going to give it a few more seconds just to really load it up. And then we transfer to the bowl. There we go, there's plenty in the tips, oodles on the side that we're going to scrape off and build a wonderful lather. Now, here we go, let's not waste any of this. Beautiful lather, pre-lather if you will. Just wonderful. Rub that in, just because I can. Get some of the scent going and look a bit silly while I whip a lather. So, because let's face it, the name is Silly Soaps. And if we can't look a bit silly and laugh at ourselves, what can we do? So, we'll start whipping. If I'll show you what we've got to start with. A bit of lather there on the side, a bit in the brush, and we're just going to whip it away. Now with quite a heavy load, we're probably going to have to add a bit of water, quite a bit of water, to get the very best from this lather. And if you can get the very best from this lather, you'll be rewarded with a fantastic shave. And it's not all about the scent, the performance is great. And here we go, just a simple whipping there. We've got thick, very thick lather going on. So we're going to add quite a bit of water to this, I'd imagine, at this point. Yeah. Super thick, ridiculously thick. Probably a result of the big load into the brush. So we're going to add quite a bit up front because we can get away with it. And later on in the process of building this lather, we'll slow down on how much we add because we don't want to take it too far. And that's the key with any soap, getting it perfect. If you know it well enough, you can start adding a little bit more up front, but if it's a soap that's new to you, you're better off starting with a few drops at a time so you can learn the nuances. We've shed a hair, the first one on this brush that it shed. Never mind, they all shed hairs, just like the real animals that they come from, those lovely little badgers. Anyway, as we can see, we've still got stupidly thick lather, so we're going to add some more water. A wonderful resource that comes from the sky that we had quite a bit of last night, and you wouldn't think it looking out the window this morning. It was a torrential downpour in Stoke-on-Trent, home of the potteries. It was literally torrents of rain, to the point where I couldn't see the number plates on the cars out front of the house, and now it's just glorious wall-to-wall sunshine again. So here we go. We've got mountains of bubbly lather. Look at that. Still like thick whipped cream that wouldn't look out of place on a pavlova or a Black Forest gatto, or indeed a cream scone. You may or may not know, but I've been on a diet, and I've lost about 5 stone in weight. So get that loose, that badge of hair out of there. And all I can think about when I'm whipping lather is cream and cream scones. Look at it. Look at that, it's like a little ice gem on top there. Anyway, more food. We're going to add more water because it's a very thick lather. And we want it perfect. So keep whipping. And it is a wonderful scent that's coming out of this bowl. Honestly, if this scent doesn't move you inside, you're already dead. It's that good. It's spicy, it's warm, it's inviting, it's a sensual scent. And I've not really been able to say that any other scent like in a soap has made you feel that way. It really does get you at your inner core. Look, it's still stupidly thick. This is an all vegetable soap with no tallow. So it's good for your vegans and good for your vegetarians and good for anyone who doesn't like tallow on their skin for one reason or another. Such a wonderful lather. And this is my favourite vegetable based soap. without a shadow of a doubt. It's one of the very few, in fact it's the only non-tallow soap that I've tried that is right up there and can compete with the tallow soaps that I love. So that is an accolade from me, because all the other vegetable ones I've tried from US manufacturers, I've tried from UK based manufacturers, I've tried the mainstream ones, and they just don't come close to Nanny's silly soap. So whatever Sharon's done here is nothing short of a non-tallow miracle. There we go, we're getting there. So you can see it's still rich and thick and creamy. And probably still a little too thick for my liking, so we're going to add more water. I may have overloaded the brush at this point, I'm beginning to think. But yeah, who cares, it's a wonderful scent, and you can get to listen to me waffle on a bit more. Or you can skip a few minutes. I might just annotate the video and say when I'm done building the lather. In fact, actually, this is fantastic. We're nearly there. So, one last addition of water. So I'm going to say I've probably added about a tablespoon and a half at this point, and to find a vegetable soap that is as thirsty as this is quite rare, and I love being able to add water to a lather, and the wetter the lather the better it performs for me. Look at this. Look at this. Wonderful stuff. Avnish, I know you love your lather shots, so look at this lovely stuff on here. Shiny, shiny stuff. You could stick a flake in it and call it a 99. Wonderful stuff, look at it. Just, yeah, look at that. Anyway, I digress. So what we're going to do, we're going to lather up in the usual manner. I'm going to scrub a bit on my face and then I'm going to paint it on. And we're going to shave. Because, gentlemen, that's what we like to do. Oh, straight away the scents are just dancing around your nose. It's like having 50 exotic belly dancers, just wonderful scent dancing around in your nostrils. If you've ever been to a North African country and enjoyed traditional entertainment where you get the dancing and the perfumes and everything from the burning incense, you'll know exactly what this is feeling like in terms of the nose. I've been to Egypt quite a few times now, and Tunisia, and every time we've enjoyed the local entertainment and sort of the nights out and that, it's just a wonderful scent, and it brings those memories right back. It's wonderful. There we go. Look at that brush full. And we've still got a bowl full as well. So, just going to dunk the razor for a sec while I do this. A little tip for you there. Back of the fingernail, get rid of the soap on your lips. And just a quick get rid of it from up the nose. And we're going to go. So, again, like I say, razor up bazooka, standard DE closed comb head. Away we go. 11-day-old blade, and don't feel like it at all. Oodles of glide here. The blade is gliding off my face like a whirling dervish goes round. It's effortless. And Sharon, if you do watch this video, I'd love to know where you get your inspiration for these scents. It's just mind-blowing. They are authentic and brilliant. So, what have we been up to this week, guys? Enjoyed the weather? I've enjoyed it, for the most part. Our office is just far too humid. And, yeah, could have done with a few degrees less. I've drunk more water this week than I care to remember. If I'm not hydrated properly now, I never will be. It's important to stay hydrated, just like this lather. Make it nice and wet and it performs perfectly. It just works best when you get the water right. And that's key to any lather, really. Get the water levels right and you're rewarded with a rich, slick lather that is just protective and just slick and just does everything you want it to do. So that's the first pass done there. No drama. We're going to rinse off with my trusty blue towel. But it's like a friend to me. Just does the job right every time. It's a towel. They do, generally. So, second lather. Look at this. Look, it's wonderful. It's a rich, perfectly scented. Oh, excuse me while I enjoy it just a little bit longer. Yes, yeah, that's one thing you can say about shower soaps. The range of scents is just phenomenal. It's mind blowing. And there's your little 99 Avnish. There you go. Look in there. Wonderful lather. Anyway, I digress again. We'll lather up for the second pass. Thinking out loud, this would make a wonderful soap to stick in a scuttle and keep the heat in the scent combined. It would just be It's a wonderful wintry autumn scent for us Brits who have a cold, damp, long winter. Remember, chaps, winter is coming. It'll be a long wait till the summer for next year for Game of Thrones, for anyone else out there who's as fan of it as I am. And maybe these wonderful soaps will get you through that long winter. Oh, wonderful scent. So, here we go for the second pass across the grain as best we can. And again, it's just effortless, even in the sensitive areas where I find a soap will really have its shortcomings brought to the fore. This doesn't struggle. Not one iota. There's the stacks of glide, plenty of cushion for any blade really. As a regular D head goes, this is fairly aggressive. There's a decent amount of blade gap. And ample cushion. There we go, second pass across the grain. And for the third and final pass, we're going to go, and guess which way? Against the grain. Now, just wipe off and assess where we are. Worry about the ear jewellery later. And we have a very good shave so far, and I could get away with 2 passes if it wasn't for the fact that I like to go as smooth as we can. And let's face it, who doesn't enjoy a wonderful soap being on your boat race? And the wonderful scent up your nose. I mean, look, this is just it seems to be growing, this lather. Look, wonderful stuff. Anyway, serve pass. I like to paint it on. Don't know why. I just do. There's no point really trying to exfoliate at this point. I'm going to do it anyway, because I can. These wonderful tips on this cadmium brush are just divine. Combine it with this soap and it's just like heavenly. You can probably see it's just mountains of wonderful lather here. Stacks in the brush, stacks left in the bowl. Anyway, we're going to get this third pass done because I realise I waffle when it comes to the scent. So I'm taking up a lot of your day, so I'm going to go against the grain. Just gently pulling the skin taut, not too tight, just enough so it doesn't catch in the blade. I'll perform the third pass relatively quick because you can. Once you know your razor and you know the limits of the soap, what it can and can't do, you can work with it, increase your speed a little, not too much mind. Don't want to be careless. We don't want to take away the pleasure by going too fast. So, it's enjoyable. So, what have we got with this soap? We've got wonderful rich lather. We've got loads of glide. We've got cushion. But for me, the outstanding, truly outstanding bit here is the scent. And don't get me wrong, performance is wonderful. But the scent is just out of this world. So, let's just wipe off, see where we are. Turn the wheel. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. It's getting on in the morning. My day's running away. I've had a busy morning preparing for a bit of a DIY project. So I'm going to make a razor stand, some scrap wood, just a prototype at this point. See what we can come up with, and I'm going to try a few different bits. But anyway, let's go back to the soap because that's why we're here. We're here in case you're not aware. And if you're not aware, what you've been watching for the remainder of this video, we're here for Nanny Silly Soap, the signature range, in particular Moroccan Sands. What can I tell you about this soap? Well, we'll start with the ingredients list. It's a simple list. We have potassium stearate, water, potassium cocoate, potassium shea butterate, glycerin, kaolin, sodium gluconate, perfume, linalool, geraniol, coumarin and citronellol. Lots of lollols in there. And that's it. Not a lot of ingredients in this 120 gram tub of pure joy. And we'll go over the main points again. Scent, mind-blowing. Sharon, I know I've already asked in the video, let me know where you get your inspiration for these scents from, and because they're wonderful. Keep it up. Performance. We'll start with the glide. It's all there. The level of glide on offer is suitable for ice rinks. It's smooth as butter. It's just wonderful. Not too much that your razor just sliding off the side of your face. It's not lacking at all, so your razor's juddering. None of that there. And for a vegetable soap, for me, that's a plus point, because most of them are lacking in glide for me. Wouldn't surprise me if the glycerin, couldn't get my words out there, senior moment. The glycerin's got a lot to do with it, as has the shea butter. For me, cushion, stacks of. I've tried it with aggressive blades, I've tried it with non-aggressive blades, and they all feel great. You get plenty of protection. Post-shave feel is very good. It's not quite the best I've got. I find that the lanolin soaps give me that, but this is not to take away from this. This has got a very good post-shave feel, and I would say that is the shea butter and the glycerin again that give you the brilliant finish there post-shave. Now obviously my skin's still damp from the shave, so I'm not going to feel the perfect sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not going to say chalky, but no, that's entirely the wrong word, but there's that silky soft feel. There's no kind of drag, there's nothing, it's just perfect. There's no dryness, no tightness, it's just great. So yeah, we have Nanny Silly Soaps in Moroccan Sand in the signature recipe. And as I understand it, this scent will be coming out in the tallow. Sharon, correct me if I'm wrong, it may already be out in the tallow. And it's just divine. It is just wonderful, gents. If you've not tried a Nanny Silly Soap, I highly recommend them. I need to get more. In case you don't know, Sharon does other things other than just shaving soap. She does bath soaps, she does lip balms, she does, I think there's moisturisers and other things on there. Anyway, the website is right there, www.nannysillysoap.co.uk. Look them up and you'll be bewildered with the range of scents and products that just, they cover all bases really. And there's a scent for everyone. You've got simple scents, you've got complex scents, you've got fresh scents, you've got spicy scents, you've got everything. So yeah, absolutely, gents. Nanny Silly Soaps should be in your shave den if it's not already, and if not, why not? Because you're missing out. Yeah, you are. It's great. So, gentlemen and ladies, if you're watching, thank you very much for watching. If you like your video, I appreciate a nice thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, or if you liked what you've seen already enough to subscribe, I very much appreciate that. And I will be back with you tomorrow for another video. Who knows what it's going to be. Catch you then. Bye. Hey chaps, it's me again. You thought you'd seen the last of me for this video. Well, you're wrong. I had to show you something. The lather left from the shave today from Nanny Silly Soaps in the signature range is this. Look at it. Look how wonderful that is. That's just left from the shave. Easily enough there to perform another couple of shaves. And just look how wonderful, thick and rich it is. So Agnes, I thought you'd appreciate seeing that, because I know you love your lather shots, and I look forward to seeing plenty more from you, and I will show you plenty more from me of this wonderful, wonderful lather there. Isn't it beautiful? So, I'm going to go now and leave you to enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.